Well, guys, man, these last couple of days, man, the internet has been buzzing. We've been hearing these interviews from these WNBA superstars of the past, and now we're hearing interviews of NBA players. And yesterday there was a controversial interview with Cheryl Miller. Now we have another podcaster that voiced his opinion about what Angel Reese means to the WNBA. But we'll unpack all that next here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, the internet has been buzzing. You know, the talks of the WNBA and the two superstars and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. The buzz continues, and it hasn't slowed down yet. It's a lot of controversial takes on who the face of the WNBA is. Everybody has their opinion. It's also been talks about the hate that's going on between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, who's being hated the most. And yesterday it was a controversial interview with Cheryl Miller talking about she can relate to what Caitlin Clark's going through as a Black woman. And basically she is trying to say that Caitlin Clark gets hated on more than Angel Reese. And we disagree with that. We know all the hate and vitriol that Angel Reese has been through, the online hate, the death threats. We've seen none of that with Caitlin Clark. So for Cheryl Miller to come on All the Smoke podcast and say what she said, I find that downright egregious, because Caitlin Clark does not get hated on the way Angel Reese gets hated on. And then there's a new thing about who's the face of the WNBA. But look, we're going to talk about all that here next after a word from our sponsor. SeatGeek, the official sponsor of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the #1 rated ticketing app, over 28 million downloads, 70,000 plus events from concerts to sports, all your tickets across the web, all in one place, rated 1 to 10. Green means good, red means bad, and all your tickets are backed by your buyer's guarantee. And remember, use my promo code SimplyBallDropping at checkout to get $20 off your purchase. Well, guys, yesterday, man, Pat Beverly, you know, the feisty competitor that Pat Beverly is, you know, he has his own podcast, and he has a co-host by the name of Adam Roan for Rome. Now, if you guys are not aware of Pat Beverly's podcast, man, he talks sports, he gives his insight, and he has a co-host by the name of Adam Roan for Rome. Now, you know, Pat Beverly's podcast is sponsored by Barstool Sports. Now, you guys got to understand something. Barstool Sports. Everybody over there at Barstool Sports, you know how they treat the Black athletes, man. So Barstool Sports, you know, they've come out on record at many shows when they was talking about the Colorado Buffaloes and Deion Sanders. All the hate that they showed them, really didn't give them no love, but that's coming from Barstool Sports. So you got to take that in consideration. Now, yesterday, Pat Beverly on his podcast was sitting down and they was talking about, you know, the face of the WNBA. And Adam Roan for Rome was hating on Angel Reese, and he was undermining and despising what her ability is and what she brings to the WNBA. He wasn't going for nothing, and he wasn't believing nothing that's surrounded around Angel Reese. And Pat Beverly put him in his place. He totally shut him down and gave him the facts. Pat Beverly been around the WNBA for a long time. He was a journeyman, latched on to a couple teams, but now he's out of the NBA. He's playing overseas. I don't know if he's still overseas, but he's doing a podcast. And Patrick Beverly has been on record. He's always gave Angel Reese her praise, but now he has totally obliterated his co-host when it came to Angel Reese and the hate that Roan was showing toward Angel Reese, and Patrick Beverly shut him down. But before we get off into that, man, I'm on the road to 14,000 subscribers right now. I'm at 13,868. So everybody that's new to this podcast and just coming across this podcast, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Well, let's get off into what Pat Beverly was saying about Angel Reese as he was shutting his co-host down, and he's basically letting his co-host know that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA. Let's take a listen.
WNBA, you have to think of Angel Reese. She has her own McDonald's burger meal.
Yeah, and I think her McDonald's meal has her thinking that she's a different stratosphere, that she kind of like dictates the WNBA. And I wonder what the other 28 women who scored more points than her last year on an average think of her speaking for all of them.
I think they understand where it comes from. I think they understand that, okay, a public figure, because you got to understand, it's people that's played in the WNBA for a ton of years that the casual fans might not even know their name, but they know Angel Reese. They know Angel Reese.
So do you think that an Agumbawale or a Wilson is saying, "Oh yes, Angel Reese, I want you to speak for me"?
I don't think it's. I don't know if they're saying that, but when she does say something, you hear it. I can say that rather than another person coming out saying it. Right? The names you just named, phenomenal basketball player. But you tell casual fans or fans those names, they don't even know those names. They know Caitlin Clark, they know Angel Reese, they know
Brittany Griner because of
the shit that happened. They know Aja Wilson, right? They know Candace Parker, they know
Sabrina,
right?
Right. They don't know Kennedy.
Like, they don't know a lot of these players, right? Because of WNBA, you play WNBA, a lot of people don't watch. After the season is shorter than usual. You feel me? Like, after the season, it's over with. You don't hear from WNBA anymore. Angel Reese, you see her everywhere. You see her at McDonald's, she has podcasts, she has this, she has that. You have to put face, right? I'm not saying because of talent, but I'm saying when you think of WNBA, you think of 10 people WNBA that's playing, Angel Reese is one of them.
You think that they deserve more money?
Hell yeah.
Even though they're not bringing in more money?
Hell yeah.
So where should the money come from then?
I don't know, right? But I know
that's an equation that needs to be balanced.
but I'm just saying, as an athlete, right? As an athlete, you go out there and you prepare, you go out there and you train, the tax that you put in your body, all that shit. From that standpoint on, just from being an athlete, they deserve more money.
Well, she's getting more money from McDonald's.
But that's not from her being an athlete. That's her because she's an athlete. Not because of my talents, of what I'm doing on the basketball court. You can say what you want. Like, she's second in voting and everything, Rookie of the Year.
So
and everything. Like, she gets Rookie of the Year. Anything happens with Caitlin Clark, bear injury, bear anything, she gets Rookie of the Year. And it's not her and this person. It's her. So she's gonna be on the USA team, right? Like, that's a true fact. Whether for skill or not, she's gonna be on the USA team, right? So, like, when you think of face, you think of 10 women in the WNBA. You have to have her in there, regardless of statistic or game or anything. It's just what the world perceives.
Say if you had a company that was making $1 million a year, and then say like a single employee, like say it was Matt, came in and was like, I want $1.3 million.
Now, you heard what Pat Bev had to say, man. So I'm glad that Pat Bev shut Rome down. Pat Bev spoke nothing but facts, man. He spoke nothing but facts. And that's what I tell you guys, the casual fans that don't know basketball and don't know what you're seeing, you won't have the same opinion or take that Pat Beverly has. Pat Beverly completely shut his co-host down. His co-host was trying to hate on Angel Reese. And his co-host, what he did was misquoted something that Angel Reese said. Angel Reese is not trying to speak for everybody in the WNBA. She was misquoted. And now that you see that the quote that Angel Reese said about, you know, the lockout and making more money, everybody else is piggybacking off of that. So she was misquoted by Roan, and Roan tried to use that against Angel Reese, and Patrick Beverly shut her down. I mean, shut him down. And it's good to see that, you know, Patrick Beverly as a black athlete standing up for the other black athlete. Roan tried to, you know, undermine her skill set and undermine what she's bringing to the WNBA. And Patrick Beverly just read him his rights, like he arrested him or something. So kudos to Pat Beverly for standing up for Angel Reese, man, and speaking true facts. So guys, man, I want y'all to really pay attention to what Patrick Beverly said, man, because he didn't tell no lie. He spoke nothing but facts, man. And I'm glad to see that people are starting to come out and give their opinion like that. See, when somebody else makes a bad gesture, there's real people out in the world that know what it really is. And Patrick Beverly he just read Adam Roan for Roan his rights. Destroyed him. But I see everybody in the comments section. Hashtag salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simple Ball drops another hot banger. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.